Hey YouTube, Kudou here. I know you're seeing my face again and it's like, oh my god, this isn't gonna start being like a thing, is it? Not likely. But surprisingly for a small channel, I get a lot of questions and messages and such, and I figured the update video went pretty well and the 1000 special went over pretty well. So I was thinking maybe one kind of cool way to cycle through some of these questions is to do kind of like a small Q&A every week, and I'm thinking Sunday is probably the best day to do it, which is today. So instead of rambling on about it like I normally do, let's just get straight to it. Kudou, how can A build a playable deck? I'm assuming what you're asking is how can you build a playable deck, and this was left on the Buddy Fight tutorial. Okay, so the core the core mechanic to building any kind of competitive deck is figure out what the metagame is, figure out a way to either beat or commit to the metagame, and then build a core. Once you have some kind of core built, it's really just filling around that core and making that core as useful as possible. For example, in the Buddy Fight deck, I used Medusa, and I wanted to figure out a way to use Medusa as well as possible, and I figured the way to do that was to combine it with a bunch of cards that let me adapt to different situations that Medusa couldn't deal with, and so on and so forth. That's really the same for any kind of card game. Um, Dear Kudou, I have always wanted to have sex with a virgin, but finding one is so hard. How can I go about finding one, or should I just give up? You do know I review card games, right? Okay. Um, well, I'm kind of a bad person to ask, because that that is a very hot fantasy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, how do I go about this? Okay, well, I said I'd answer questions, so let's get straight to it. Regardless of how awesome of a person you are, girls' first time is always going to be a very unpleasant experience. So you can also think of it as if that's out of the way when you get into a relationship with a girl, then that experience is just gone, and every experience can be enjoyable for both of you. Aiming just to be a girl's first is silly. You should actually aim to be a girl's best, because the first time a girl has sex, it's going to be an unenjoyable experience for her no matter what. But if that's already out of the way, then every time can be enjoyable. I don't really know why you would ask me that question, but I hope I gave you an answer. Aim to be the best, not the first. Oh my god, I hope this next one's about card games. Are you still playing Weiss Schwarz? Yes, I am in fact still playing Weiss Schwarz. I don't really play with my friends very much anymore because they kind of gave the game up, but I do still test online. If you ever want to help me test a deck, just let me know, hit me up. I could definitely use testing partners. I normally play on tradecardsonline.com. You said in your update video that you would not show yourself. Wait a second. You said in your update video you would show yourself after 1,000 subscribers instead of 10,000. Why the sudden change of heart? Oh, well, I was planning on going to a convention called Anime Expo. And I was hoping maybe if 2 or 3 of my subscribers were going as well, then we could all meet up. I don't know if I'm going to be going to Anime Expo anymore, but if I do go, then you guys know what I look like. We can hang out and stuff. Also, this is going to sound kind of strange, but somebody sent me a message telling me that they already knew what I looked like, and that kind of freaked me out a little bit. Granted, I'm too small. Nobody would claim to be me. Nobody would steal my identity, I don't think. But at the same time, that possibility was kind of like revving in my head, and I had to get rid of it. So decided just to show myself. Plus, this also opens up a lot more video options. I can monetize all of the videos that just have my face because that's all me. I'm not stealing any content or anything. So yeah, it's that simple, I guess. Hey Kudou, are you working on a Nisekoi trial deck review? No. Why would I be work? Why would you ask me about Nisekoi? Wait, that's not like. Did that get released in English? Give me a sec. Oh, snap! It did get released in English. What I meant to say was, yeah, of course I'm working on it. It's like 50% done. Not even 50%. It's like 99% done. I just gotta put some finishing touches on it, do a little more editing. Just YouTuber stuff. Don't even worry about it. That'll be up by the next time you blink. Okay, last question. It's been a while since the Counterlot Knight theme deck were released. Where the heck is the review? This is kind of a tough one to answer. So, you're right, I definitely should have had them up, but the thing is, Interplay and I are kind of not seeing eye to eye right now. I don't want to say anything bad about the company, but the people who are dealing with their Facebook stuff are not very nice. Back when I made the My Little Pony deck building, no, back when I made the My Little Pony tutorial, I sent them a message asking them if maybe they would link it on their Facebook page so that more people could see it, so that more people could learn. And they told me that they watched the video and that they refused to sponsor me because they don't like the fact that I use terms from other card games in their card game because they want the MLP stuff to be completely separate from other card games because they're special, I guess. So I kind of let that one slide, and then I asked them a couple of questions, and after asking a couple of ruling questions that I needed to know to help my subscribers, they told me in one of their messages that I could get all of the answers that I needed in the official rulebook that came with the starter decks, and that I didn't really need to keep asking them the questions. And I know they didn't mean for it to, but that sounded pretty arrogant, and I wasn't really a big fan of that. That kind of made me a little angry. And then when I asked them about the Counterlot Knight stuff, I asked them because I was a YouTuber and I linked them to my MLP tutorial, and it's currently the #1 tutorial for the MLP CCG on the internet, which is great. And I asked them maybe if I could pay full price, if I could buy for full price the decks a little bit early so that I could get a review up for their release date. They sent me back a message telling me that they would not help me and that the only way I would be able to get a hold of the Counterlot Knight decks was to go to a pre-release event and bring a friend because they would not give me both decks. So I'm a little at ends with Interplay. It's going to get sorted. I'm going to do it eventually. It's just, right now they're kind of leaving a bad taste in my mouth. And I know a lot of people watched my MLP CCG review and then sent me a message afterwards telling me that they bought a deck or they bought some booster packs because they watched my review and they liked my review. And there was about 17 people who sent me messages like that. So I made them like nearly $300 last time. I don't really feel like making them any money right now, but I'll get over it. Well, that wasn't so bad. Thank you so much for stopping by. I don't really know how much more of my face you're going to see, but you might be seeing more of it, so I hope you like it. If you have anything you'd like to ask me, leave it in the comment section below. Leave it on my Facebook, my Twitter, my inbox, whatever it is you want to do. Leave it there, and next week I'll read it off and answer it, hopefully, as long as you don't ask me anything weird like that one guy did. If you like this video, please leave me a like. Those things really do help me out. And subscribe to stay up to date on the latest Kudou news.